Sports Center rolling along with our Week 15 coverage of the NFL. How about the 200th all-time meeting between the Packers and the Bears? This one going down at Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, 29-yard touchdown. By the way, this is the first time this season that Adams had a 100-yard receiving game and a touchdown. Hard to believe. Anyway, third quarter. Packers up 14-3. Aaron Jones, second rushing touchdown of the game. He's the first Packer with 2 rushing touchdowns against the Bears in Lambeau since 1983. Also, hard to believe. 1 second to go. Bears with the chance. Trubisky throws short to Tariq Cohen. Back to Trubisky. And watch this. He's going to get it over to Jesper Horsted right there. But check out Allen Robinson. He's open. Pitch it to him. He likely would have scored, or at least come very close, but Horsted couldn't get it to him. And the Packers hang on to win it by the final of 21-13. Hard-fought win for Aaron Rodgers and company. They improved to 11-3 with that win. Rodgers goes 16 for 33, 203 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mentioned the rushing touchdowns by Aaron Jones. He now has 17 touchdowns from scrimmage this season, most by Packers players since Amon Green had a single season record of 20 back in 2003. But as far as Green Bay is concerned, just keep right on rolling. Right, Matt LaFleur?
We somehow find a way, and I think that's a credit to our players and their belief that we will find a way.
Matt, can you kind of take us through the Bears' final play from your perspective as you're watching it all unfold on the sideline?
It was pretty interesting. I think I blacked out there for a second. There were so many laterals. I couldn't tell. I was just hoping that somebody was gonna make the tackle, and then it looked like at the end there that the ball went forward. So that was a little bit of a sigh of relief, and I think we ended up recovering the football anyways. But yeah, that was a nail biter play, that's for sure.
It looked like from my angle there might have been a couple guys on the right side that had some space, but I'm glad that we came out of there with the ball. The great teams can finish off opponents in that situation, and we're going to have to keep improving to get to that great status, I think.
You know, obviously not the outcome that we wanted. Wanted to come here and play 4 quarters. You know, I thought that the way that our guys fought back there at the end to give us a chance to win is good, but obviously the outcome's not good. So got to pick up the pieces and get better.
All right, so another huge day for Aaron Jones. Getting a little deeper into what he's actually doing. A pair of touchdowns, as we said, raising his rushing total for touchdowns on the season to 14. As it stands, that's the 4th most in a single season in Packers history. You have to go all the way back to Jim Taylor back in 1961-62. If you don't know who he is, kids, ask your granddad. And I'll also mention Amon Green back in 2003. All right, a little more perspective on this matchup. Josina Anderson joins us here on SportsCenter. You know, Joe, around the league, they always say a win is a win, but some do feel differently than others. What were they saying about this win that almost got away from them?
Well, Michael, after Packers cornerback Tramon Williams finished making fun of me for looking like a Pepto-Bismol popsicle since I got a neon pink outfit underneath this jacket, clearly jubilant from the win, I asked him, how nervous were you guys that the Bears were playing hot potato near the end of that game? And he said, listen, I'm not going to lie. I started getting a little nervous when I saw a whole bunch of field open because Anthony Miller was open there on the right-hand side and could have potentially gone in. And then I said to Tramon, well, what if Anthony Miller would have done like a little Lamar Jackson move and would have got in? And then he said to me, you know what, Joe, there ain't too many Lamar Jacksons in this league right now, thankfully. And after the game, I caught up with Packers running back Aaron Jones and asked him the same question as far as narrowly escaping Lambeau Field with the win today and moving ahead in the NFC North.
No, I'm trying to get inside to a hot tub as soon as possible.
All right, and speaking of trying to get warm, you actually watched the Bears play hot potato at the end of the game. How nervous were you that, you know, something was going to happen there at the end of the game with 1 second to go on the clock?
I mean, it's always scary. This is the NFL. You never know what happened. All these guys on the field are great athletes, so it can end any way. So I'm just glad it ended in our way.
Talk about how you guys broke the game open in the second half with you getting 2 rushing touchdowns, and what was the difference there?
We just knew we had to come out fast in the second half, and if we jumped out on them, we'd be in a good situation. And now we just got to work on finishing.
All right, and lastly, you said that Aaron Rodgers told you guys got to get more consistent. You started off a little bit slow, still atop the NFC North with the Vikings next to Minnesota. Where do you guys feel like you fit in the NFC picture right now?
We feel like we're good. We just got to keep working, keep focusing on ourselves, and we'll see after Week 17.
All right, try an Eddie Bauer coat for your life, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Get out of here.
That's the tip.
That's the tip.
All right.
Not chapstick.
I need some of that, too.
Michael, you see Aaron Jones trying to get a Chippendales Award around there with that sleeveless interview. I mean, what is he doing, right? But, I mean, after the game, I also asked Trevon Williams, I'm like, look, Aaron Rodgers said the goal for this game was to try to get more consistent. Do you guys feel like overall as a team, you all achieved that? And he said, look, our record is elite, but I feel like there's clearly some things that we need to clean up. And even Packers wide receiver Devontae Adams said to me, I don't feel like we grew in terms of situational football in this game. But he was unabashed in saying some teams are just trying to get into the playoffs. We are trying to win a championship. And after all, Michael, that is why they call it Title Town. Back to you.
Yep, and they got a chance to maybe right some of those wrongs they still feel when they take on the Vikings next week, Monday Night Football. And hopefully everyone is warm at that game, including Josina Anderson. Thank you.
I'm about to cut off my sleeves. You're welcome. I'm about to cut off my sleeves. Bye.